There's so much money to be had mining Bitcoin, Dogecoin, and Kaspa, or even better yet, a great way to increase your cryptocurrency and Bitcoin holdings. Earning passive income mining is honestly easy, especially on a small scale. Plug in Ethernet, which is your internet connection, and a power cable, and you are turning electricity into cryptocurrency at an absolute premium. Hey, I'm Vosk. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. We're going to run through the 3 most profitable coins to mine in the world and the best miners for them right now, which I am very excitedly adding more of these miners to my mining farm. But there are also many small scale miners that you can plug in anywhere in your house, and some of these even support Wi-Fi. So whether your situation and budget are big or small, there's absolutely a profitable miner for you. Check the stats. Over $46 million to Bitcoin miners just in the last 24 hours. Over $5 million to Dogecoin miners. And Doge is merge mined. So you're also mining Litecoin, Bells, among some other cryptocurrencies. So over $6 million have gone out to those miners in the last 24 hours. And over $1 million has gone out to Kaspa miners in the last 24 hours. Mining is easy and more accessible than ever, but if you just want Bitcoin mining exposure, check out Quantum Expedition. I proudly have equity in Quantum. I am also running some miners at Quantum's farm, which gives me true insight into how their operation is actually running. My miners are running just fine, which means theirs are as well. If they can hit their goal of going public, it's going to be something like apparently a 30x from the current funding and market cap valuation. So it's not financial advice, but it's pretty interesting, and check it out. So let's start running through some numbers. Let's start with Dogecoin because the numbers are just ridiculous. Very profitable, especially per unit on mining Doge. Antminer L9, one of the best Doge miners, if not the best Doge miner in the world. Most efficient Doge miner in the world. You buy one of these, you're earning $53 a day. After I pay my electricity bill of 8 cents per kilowatt hour, figure out yours by just looking at how much you paid, right? And then dividing the actual kilowatt hour usage on your bill, and you'll get your electric rate. And you can come into these calculators, and I'll link them out down below, and you can input your numbers to get a more realistic example. So the point here being, I'm running some of these $47 after I account for my electricity bill. The L7, a miner from 2021, yet it has stood the test of time and then some. This thing is a historical powerhouse. This is pulling in $32 a day or $25 a day for me after I account for the electricity bill. Then there's the DG Max, not as efficient, not as profitable, not as powerful, but much cheaper. Puts a whopping $17 in your pocket, and it's actually why I just procured one, and it's on the way, because dollar for dollar, and also just simply based on availability, this thing in this market and where I think we're going in crypto over the next year is very interesting and very exciting. Enter the best Doge miner for $1,000 that you can plug in anywhere. And this is not even the right picture for it, because it actually looks like this. We have one that has integrated power supply. While it may not be as exciting compared to these other things, pulls in about $3 a day, it's much cheaper and much easier to deal with, and you can plug it in basically anywhere, and it probably has Wi-Fi support. So we're an affiliate with ASIC Marketplace. I have many miners from them over the years. I even have my DG Max on the way, ordered through ASIC Marketplace. They support the channel, and if you want to support yourself in the channel, please use our coupon code that's down in the video description below, as well as use our link to support the channel with your purchases. Their prices are great, normally matching or more often beating manufacturer pricing in this era. So that's that miner, that's what it does, that's the price, that's interesting at that price point. These are coming in and out of stock. The DG Max, you see that, yeah, it costs several grand, but it's pretty profitable, and these are things that are being produced as fast as they simply possibly can. So at that price point, and depending on your electricity, these can become very interesting. L7, it's not as interesting to me at that price point. These are selling for nearly $10,000. Again, it's crazy. You could have gotten these several months ago where they made, half as much or even less than half as much as they're currently making in daily mining profitability, but it would have been a much lower price point, and you would have been accruing those coins that whole time. This is old hardware. It's in stock. Depending on your situation and availability and FOMO, this might be a good choice. But if you're going to get up towards that budget, that's where the L9 becomes more interesting, because it's got nearly twice the power, right? Especially depending on the configuration. At basically double the price and the same power consumption, meaning it's twice as efficient. You will spend half as much electricity for double the hash rate or mining power. So these are all ASIC miners, application-specific integrated circuit miners, purpose-built machines, custom computers. They only normally mine one mining algorithm, right? So a Doge miner doesn't mine Bitcoin, for example. Normally, you can use something like Unminable, which we use Unminable to actually turn the Kaspa that I mine into, ironically, Dogecoin. So I have my Kaspa miners on here, and they mine Kaspa, and then I automatically get paid out in Dogecoin. You can also get paid out in Bitcoin, among other cryptocurrencies. So this is pretty cool, and this is very nice, welcome, and filling the gap from NiceHash, who have now required you to complete KYC. They won't let you mine directly to external wallets, which that sucks. To be frank, I think that's tragic, really. Doge mining is absolutely heating up. There's this new mini Volk miner on the horizon, Flu miner, worst name in the mining game history. Even IBLink dropped the BML3 out of freaking nowhere, which sure has a lot of hash for the money if you can get it for that price point. Enter Kaspa. Kaspa was the absolute talk of the town for most of 2024 and some of 2023, and even before that, especially in the GPU mining game and the price increase. Here's the deal, though. It is rapidly decreasing their rewards. Right now, every block is 73 Kas, or Kaspa cryptocurrencies. This goes down in just a couple days, or just a couple weeks, I guess, to 69 coins. And this is why we need to talk about this. We're talking about, it's putting out $1 million per day. Well, if that price, like if it stayed at the exact same market cap, okay, in a year, you'd be mining about half as many coins. So, for example, the KS2 Lite mines about 9 coins right now. And we're really focused on looking at dollars with the Doge miners, and it's crazy, and Doge is at like 40 cents and all that stuff. So you want to think also about coins, like if Doge goes to $1. So I'll backtrack for a second. If Doge goes to $1, right? All these miners, like we talked about the L9, it makes $53 a day or 47 after my electricity bill. But if Doge goes to $1 a coin, that miner is mining the 126 or 119, really $120 a day after my electricity cost. That is crazy. I think that's going to happen, personally. And I'm excited for that. So if these numbers make sense for you today, and then if you think that these are moving a direction and you have a target price, it could be incredibly lucrative. It's basically buying coins at a discount, essentially, right? You have that coin generation, you're DCAing, dollar cost averaging into cryptocurrency all day, every day through the action of mining, right? I also operate a business, consult a tax advisor and figure it out for you. But electricity is an expense for me. That is beneficial. Mining earnings are business income. But let's bring it back to Kaspa, right? 73 coins, half as many in a year. I'm mining 9. I'll go down to 4.5 coins. Even as it stands at 15 cents a coin, I'm mining $1.34 a day with the Kaspa KS2 Lite. This is a miner you can get for under $1,000. If you think these are just going to absolutely rock it up, the coin Kaspa, then this could be interesting. Maybe you want to mine Cedra, which is another cryptocurrency that's come onto their mining algorithm. There's a couple other options there as well. 2 terahash at 500 watts. You could get the Bitmain Antminer KS5 Pro, best in class efficiency, very powerful, 21 terahash a second, 3,150 watts. Remember, all these coins have different algorithms, right? So 21 terahash here on the K heavy hash, which is the Kaspa mining algorithm, has nothing to do with Dogecoin mining. So just forget about it. They're different miners, different chips, different performance, different software. So mining 94 coins, 14 bucks a day or $8 in my pocket after I account for my electricity. The good news is this is much cheaper than some of these other miners. But the bad news is, if nothing else changed, then I would be okay with making, instead of $14 a day, $7 a day. And in my situation, that means I would only be actually like realizing a profit of $1 per day. And the other elephant in the room with all coins, but especially Kaspa, is the fact that the network hash rate goes up and up and up and up and up and up. So it'll be more difficult, most likely, to mine coins by then, which means that I would be mining less coins because there's more people trying to mine the same coins, as well as the fact that there's literally less coins to be mined. So depending on how Kaspa does in the cycle, it could be interesting. But for me personally, I'm looking to maximize my cash returns in this bull cycle. And I don't think it's going to make sense to continue expanding Kaspa hardware and mining it long term beyond that, unless this takes off as a platform blockchain and it commands a wild market cap like Ethereum, for example. And that is a very tall order. We talked about Bitcoin and how it just kicks ass. Refreshed 47, almost $48 million of output in the last 24 hours. What does Bitcoin mining profitability look like? First, I want to shout out my MicroBT WhatsMiner M60S. This thing has been fan-freaking-tastic. This mines about $12 a day. It costs me about $6.60 a day to run. I think my model actually might be like a 200 terahash a second version, so it should be a little bit better than this. This is just what they have here on the calculator. Bottom line though, right, I mean, this is realistic for Bitcoin miners. You pretty much buy a device for several $1,000s and you make like $5 a day depending on your electricity rate. There's also the Bitmain Antminer S21 Plus. Let me tell you about my S21s. They suck. All of my S21s have broken. My first, my second, and my third have all broken. I warranted 2 of them. I have them back. One is working properly. One is working at like 80%. My S21 Pro also broke, warranted, and it is working properly now here as well. On my to-do list tomorrow is to pull my S21 out of my fog hashing C6 where it broke in a power outage and send it in for warranty. And it's pretty annoying. It's pretty frustrating. But anyway, congratulations. For the price of several $1,000s and a machine that will break within a couple months, you can profit $7 a day. They also have the S21 XP that's probably going to suck because for some reason this generation is an absolute just pile of shit. So performance here though is really exciting from a Bitcoin miner point of view. With this big silver box, 270 terahash a second of mining power. Okay, like if you compared that to when we were mining Bitcoin in 2017 with the standard de facto Bitcoin miner then, the Antminer S9, those things are doing like 13.5 terahash a second. That is the equivalent of 20 Bitcoin miners from 2017. Let's take the S19 series. Their standard really for a while was like 90-ish, or kind of overclocked, pushed a little harder for like 100-ish, 104 terahash a second. You take 270 at 90, gives us a very nice round 3. The S21 XP is essentially 3 of its previous generation miners for the same footprint. Depending on the model, there were so many models. I'm gonna say for an extra 300 watts of electricity, you get 3 times the performance here. That's crazy. This is absolute density. And it comes in at an impressive number, getting over that 2-digit mark of $10 a day in mining profitability on this device. So what's it take to get into these things? Right now, the WhatsMiners are out of stock, but they normally cost around $5,000, more or less, for those machines, for like orders of 1. Get them down lower at a higher order quantity. You look at the S21 Plus, 216 terahash a second, 3,564 watts. Get into that for delivery in a couple months for about $4,000 before the best discount code in the game, which we can't pay for. You want that premium density, and I'm excited to see. I'm finally gonna have that cool IP little dash readout thing on the top where the control board is. But yeah, that's going to come at quite a premium at well over $7,000. Oh man, that's a lot. That's a lot for what that is. I'm feeling like I'd rather be into two S21 pluses for what's going to feel like the same price. Obviously, it's a little bit more expensive, and I would have over 400 terahash a second of mining power as opposed to 270, and also be all locked in on one device in a series that's known to be plagued with problems. You may think these miners, their prices and their profitability are low compared to the other two coins we've talked about. And it's true. That's because it's Bitcoin that's so much more competitive. It's established. It's $1 trillion market cap. It's the godfather of cryptocurrency. There are many publicly traded Bitcoin mining farms. There are no publicly traded Dogecoin mining farms. There are no publicly traded Kaspa only mining farms. Just some things to understand and think about. Risk, reward, depends on you. One thing that really excites me is just throwing down a bunch of solar panels, powering a bunch of Bitcoin miners, sitting back and collecting, right? Real life money cheat code. I don't know. We'll see where it goes, but I'm working towards that goal and everything in between. Again, hey, I'm Vosk. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. I'm always trying to learn more, to earn more, and just get my capital deployed and my money working for me. That's because my boss keeps me busy, my boss. Also, the CTO here at VoskCoin, the Chief Trade Officer. You can even ask Grok. Go into Grok, which is Twitter or X's AI, and say, who is Tails Vosk? And Grok will let you know. Grok will let you know. So 10 seconds of Tails, something we do here in every video. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Which miner are you grabbing and why? I'd love to hear from you. This is all research I did for me personally with my mining farm and where I'm looking. I've got a bit of FOMO expansion, trying to get everything hashing that I possibly can. And love to share it here with you guys. Also, I love making content, and I hope you enjoy it. So hope you're having a good one. I'll see you next time.
When you let me, baby, let your see I'm shine.